Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's update on Hurricane Fiona. Hurricane Fiona has now become a monster Category 4 hurricane, and as of 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Wednesday, September the 21st, Hurricane Fiona has maximum sustained winds of 130 miles per hour, a minimum central pressure of 937 millibars, and is moving north at 8 miles per hour. I will be mainly covering Fiona in this video, as I'll be making an update on Invest 98L this afternoon. But taking a quick look at Invest 98L, 98L now has a 70% chance of tropical cyclone formation over the next 48 hours, and a 90% chance of tropical cyclone formation over the next 5 days. So looking at satellite imagery of Hurricane Fiona is looking absolutely beautiful on infrared. It's got an eye, it's got an eye wall, and it's got deep convection, but most of the convection being on the east side of the storm, it is slowly moving north as the steering currents are weak for Fiona, which is why it battered the Turks and Caicos yesterday for longer than expected, for probably about 18 hours. And to my friends in the Turks and Caicos, I hope you guys are all right, and I pray that you guys got through the storm okay. So Fiona is currently slowly moving north, and looking at the hurricane cone, it is expected to approach Bermuda from the west Thursday night and Friday morning. And now we have tropical storm warnings and hurricane watches for Bermuda, and is expected to pass by Bermuda by Friday afternoon. And then we gotta watch my friends in southeastern Canada, as the National Hurricane Center now has Fiona approaching southeastern Nova Scotia as a major hurricane Saturday morning to Saturday afternoon, and making landfall in mainland Southeast Canada north of Newfoundland as a very powerful post-tropical cyclone Sunday morning. And as you'll see in a minute, you're going to be seeing inches of rain and hurricane force winds across southeastern Canada, including areas like Nova Scotia and Newfoundland and the southeastern mainland of Canada. So looking at the intensity model guidance for Hurricane Fiona is currently a low-grade Category 4 and is expected to maintain Category 4 status over the next 72 hours before it starts to weaken over the cooler waters of the northern Atlantic. But still, even as it weakens as it approaches Canada, the wind field is going to expand greatly, and we're still going to be dealing with winds of probably 75 to 100 miles per hour once it makes landfall in eastern Canada. And looking at the spaghetti model tracks for Fiona, the models move Fiona probably about 150 miles northwest of Bermuda in the next 48 hours, and then in the next 72 hours approaching Nova Scotia, and in the next 96 hours approaching southeastern mainland Canada and Newfoundland. Now looking at the probabilities of tropical storm force winds, Bermuda, my friends, you are almost guaranteed to see tropical storm force winds, as you have about a 90% chance of seeing tropical storm force winds from Hurricane Fiona. And up in Canada, areas of eastern Nova Scotia now have a 70 to 90% chance of seeing tropical storm force winds from Hurricane Fiona, and this number is expected to increase as Fiona approaches from the south and gets closer. Same with areas of western Newfoundland, you have about a 60 to 80% chance of tropical storm force winds right now. And then in southeastern mainland Canada, you have about a 40 to 60% chance of tropical storm force winds as of this morning's update. But these probabilities are likely going to skyrocket as Fiona gets closer. And looking at the probabilities of hurricane force winds now. Now, luckily, hurricane force winds are expected to stay west of Bermuda. As my friends, you only have a 10 to 20% chance of seeing hurricane force winds from Fiona. But if like the Turks and Caicos, Fiona wobbles just 20 to 30 miles to the east, you could be dealing with a lot more strong winds in Bermuda. But you've been through major hurricanes several times, and so as long as you stay hunkered down in your shelters, you'll be all right. Looking in Canada now, we have about a 20 to 40% chance of hurricane force winds now, and this is expected to increase as Fiona gets closer across Nova Scotia, and about a 5 to 20% chance across southwestern Newfoundland, but this is going to increase as Fiona gets closer and confidence increases. Now, looking at the rainfall accumulations, starting off with the European model, Bermuda is expected to see about 1 to 2 inches of rain from Fiona, which is going to be not that big of a deal. And then now towards Nova Scotia, this is going to be a big deal. You're expecting to see about 4 to 7 inches on average. And then areas in southeast mainland Canada about 2 to 4 inches, and western Newfoundland about 2 to 5 inches. So we're likely going to be seeing flooding from Fiona across areas of Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. So make sure you start making those hurricane preparations if you live in these areas. And looking at the GFS model, the GFS model brings the system a little closer to Bermuda. So if this scenario pans out, you'll be seeing about 2 to 3 inches of rain. And my friends in southeastern Canada, in Nova Scotia, you'll be seeing about the same as the European, about 3 to 7 inches, about 2 to 4 in western Newfoundland, and about 1 to 4 across southeastern mainland Canada. So thanks for watching today's update on Hurricane Fiona. I'll continue to watch Fiona for the next several days as it moves towards Bermuda and Canada, and I'll be making a video this afternoon on Invest 98L. Thanks for watching this morning's update, and have a wonderful day, my friends.